Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? I used to ask myself that question every single month. But today, I'm going to show you exactly how I save $2,000 every month. No, I didn't win the lottery. I didn't get some amazing inheritance. And I definitely didn't start making six figures. I actually did this on a regular salary, making less than $55,000 a year. But here's what's crazy. The method I used is so simple, most people don't believe it actually works. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Step by step. No complicated finance terms, just real strategies that actually work. Let me take you back to my starting point. I was making $55,000 a year, but somehow I couldn't save a single dollar. Every month was the same story. Money came in, money disappeared. I was living what I call the financial fantasy life, looking rich on the outside while being completely broke on the inside. You know what finally hit me? I was spending $247 every month on what I called small purchases. Those little things that didn't seem like much, but added up to a massive amount. Coffee runs, vending machine snacks, random Amazon purchases. All these tiny expenses were eating up my chance to save $2,000 every month. The worst part? I was doing everything backwards. I'd wait until the end of the month to try to save whatever was left over. Guess what was usually left? Zero. Absolutely nothing. I was treating savings like an afterthought instead of a priority. That's when I discovered something that changed everything. While scrolling through my bank statements at 2 a.m., again, I noticed a pattern that hit me like a thunderbolt. Every single month, I was spending money in the exact same way, but had no system to save it. You see, I was making $55,000 a year, which meant about $3,800 coming in each month after taxes. But I was treating my money like water through a broken pipe, letting it leak away without any real plan. That's when I discovered what I now call the 50-30-20 rule. Here's what hit me hardest. I wasn't broke because I didn't make enough money. I was broke because I had no system. I was trying to save whatever was left at the end of the month, which was always zero. But what if I could flip that around? What if I could save first, then spend what was left? That night, sitting at my kitchen table with a calculator and my bank statement spread out everywhere, I made a decision that would transform everything. Instead of treating savings as an afterthought, I was going to make it my top priority. Not next month, not when I got a raise, but right now. Let me show you exactly how I save $2,000 every month. No complicated strategies, just real methods that actually work on a regular salary. The first thing I discovered was that saving isn't about how much you make. It's about the system you use to manage your money. I created what I call my power system. Instead of randomly saving whatever was left at the end of the month, which was usually nothing, I started dividing my money the moment it hit my account. Here's what shocked me. When I actually tracked where my money was going, I discovered I was wasting nearly half of it on things that didn't matter. The biggest revelation came when I looked at my invisible spending. You know, those small purchases that seem harmless, but add up to massive amounts. I was spending $247 just on random small purchases every month. Coffee runs, vending machine snacks, those "it's just $5" moments. They were literally stealing my chance to save $2,000. Then, I discovered something that changed everything. I realized that every dollar needed a purpose before it arrived in my account. So I created what I call my money mission for each paycheck. Before my money even hit my account, I knew exactly where every dollar would go. No more guessing, no more hoping, no more wondering where it all went. But here's what made the biggest difference. I started treating my savings like my most important bill. Just like I wouldn't skip paying my rent, I stopped skipping my savings. That $2,000 became non-negotiable. It wasn't something I'd try to save if I had enough left over. It was the first thing I paid, even before my other bills. Let me show you exactly how to put this $2,000 savings plan into action, starting today. This isn't theory. This is exactly what you need to do, step by step, to make this work on a regular salary. First thing tomorrow morning, you need to do what I call your money reality check. Sit down with your bank statements and write down every single thing you spent money on last month. Don't judge it yet. Just write it all down. This is going to feel uncomfortable, but it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. It hurts for a moment, but then the healing can begin. Next, you're going to set up what I call your Savings First account. This is a completely separate account from your regular checking. And here's the crucial part. It needs to be at a different bank. Why? Because when your savings are too easy to access, they're too easy to spend. I learned this the hard way after transferring my savings back to checking one too many times. Now comes the part that changed everything for me. Automating your savings. The moment your paycheck hits, $2,000 needs to automatically transfer to your savings account. Yes, this sounds scary. Yes, this feels impossible. But here's the truth. When you don't see the money, you adapt to living without it. Your brain figures out how to make it work. Here's where most people mess up. They try to cut everything at once and burn out. Instead, we're going to use what I call the gradual power method. Start by automatically saving $500 in month 1. Then, increase it by $500 each month until you hit $2,000. This gives your lifestyle time to adjust without the shock of cutting everything at once. The next step is crucial. You need to do a bill audit. Call every single company you pay monthly. Ask for better rates. Cancel what you don't need. Negotiate everything. I spent one Saturday doing this and cut my monthly bills by $378. That's almost 20% of our savings goal right there. Finally, implement what I call the future self rule. Before any purchase, ask yourself, is this worth delaying my $2,000 goal? This simple question has saved me from countless impulse purchases. That $50 shirt? That's 2.5% of your monthly savings goal. That $100 dinner out? That's 5% of your goal. Every decision either moves you closer to or further from that $2,000. Let me show you exactly what happened when I started following this $2,000 savings system. No exaggerations, just real numbers and real results. That first month was tough, but the results were mind-blowing. Just by implementing my power system, I managed to save $892. Not quite $2,000, but it was the most money I'd ever saved in a single month. The breakdown was simple. $427 from transportation changes, $247 from eliminating those small purchases, and $218 from cutting unnecessary subscriptions. By month 2, things got even better. Grocery bill dropped by $380 using my meal planning system. Energy costs reduced by $112 through simple changes. Canceled unused subscriptions saved another $95. My automated savings hit $450. Total saved $1,629, getting closer to that $2,000 goal. Month 3. That's when everything clicked. Transportation savings, $425. Grocery savings, $395. Utility bill reductions, $180. Automated savings, $450. Side hustle income, $550. Total saved, $2,000. But here's what's really incredible. By month 6, saving $2,000 had become my new normal. Not because I was making more money, but because I had completely changed how I thought about spending. Every purchase went through my Future self-filter. Every dollar had a purpose. Every decision was intentional. The biggest win wasn't even about the money. For the first time in my life, I had 3 months of expenses saved in an emergency fund. My credit score jumped 127 points. But most importantly, that constant anxiety about money, gone. That sick feeling in my stomach when checking my bank account, disappeared. That shame of living paycheck to paycheck, vanished. Listen, I'm not some financial genius. I'm just someone who discovered how to save $2,000 every month on a regular salary. Someone who finally learned that saving isn't about how much you make. It's about the system you use. Remember how I started this story? Watching every paycheck disappear, having no idea where my money was going? That person feels like a stranger now. Not because I suddenly got rich, but because I finally learned how to take control of my finances. Here's what I want you to do right now. Yes, right now. Take out your phone. Open your Notes app. Write down 3 things: your current bank balance, your monthly income, and your biggest expense. That's your starting point. That's your reality check. Because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. 1 month from now, you'll either be exactly where you are, watching your money disappear, living paycheck to paycheck, dreaming about saving, or you'll be on your way to saving $2,000 every single month. The choice is yours. But remember this: every financial transformation starts with one decision. Your decision, your moment, your change. Your journey to saving $2,000 every month starts today, right now. Let's do this together.